Hello and welcome to another episode of Wednesdays with WV. This is episode number 46. In this episode of mine, the guest is somebody who has a disarming smile and she likes to smile just about every minute of her life. But you hand her a bat and let her loose on the cricket field, she can be quite destructive. She happens to be the captain of her national side and she's got umpteen records to her name. She's none other than the Sri Lankan captain Chamari Athapaththu. Hello, Chamari. How are you doing? All well?
All good. Doing good, Mr. Rahman. I'm doing good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's my pleasure to have you on the show, and let's hit it off. Chamari, you were born in Kurnegala. How come you took up cricket as a girl? Generally,
Uh,
it is considered as a male game in the subcontinent.
yeah, exactly. You are correct, Mr. Rahman. Uh, I started my cricket when I was 5 years old because of my uncle. My uncle
Okay.
is cricket coach, so that's why I become a cricketer. So my father and mother helped me a lot because I'm the only child in my family, but they helped me a lot for become a cricketer. So I'm really appreciate my mom and my father done really good job for me and my uncle also. So finally, I'm become a cricketer. That's really good.
Only child, they would have spoiled you a lot, Chamari.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But you don't look like that. You're a nice person, soft spoken, well mannered.
Yeah, yeah. Because I learned a lot of things from my mom and my father. They are my father is public health inspector and my mom is housewife. So they help. They like they always advise me to be a kind person, be a good person. Yeah.
Were you a natural left hander, or
Yeah.
somebody suggested you become a left hander?
No, I'm a natural left-hander, but I'm eating, writing all things from right hand, ball in right hand. But I only bat. I only bat in left hand because of Sanat Jayasuriya.
Not a surprise, not a surprise. I was going to ask you about Sanaju Jayasurya later on. I'll get to that anyway. But what kind of facilities would you have had at Kurnegala? It is obviously a small place.
Yeah, exactly. No, actually, the time cricket is like a male-dominant game. I started cricket with the boys. I play in grassroots level with the boys. Then I started my uh, high level, high stand exam. I like studies. I going to the city. So then I city school. So then I started school cricket because that college started with cricket. So I started I played I played school cricket when I grade six. So then I started playing a lot of school cricket games, and 2 3 years I'm playing for school. After school, I joined club cricket. Yeah.
How many school teams had girls playing in them, or rather, how many schools encourage women cricket?
Now Sri Lanka has a lot of schools starting ladies cricket. That time, like 5 schools, 6 schools in whole country. But now I think 60 school. Yeah, yeah, it's a
Now,
lot.
if they had not started then, when you are in the sixth grade, you would have done a record there also, playing in the boys' school tournament.
Yeah, exactly. I play with boys. Sometimes I beat boys teams. I score a lot of runs against boys. So the some boys don't like to play with me because they don't want to lose the games.
Oh, you were very strong hitter even then, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
No, the thing is that it must have been tough at times, It's
Yeah.
all right, fun, it would have improved your game to play with the boys, but you would have very much prepared to play with a lot of girls also.
Yeah, exactly. Because the boys playing different game. Different game means that their intensity is very high. Some balls come so quick. After sometimes I'm struggle with the girls like a girls pace because the girls are bowling a little bit slow than the boys. So I'm struggle to face the girls. because I played like normally in the nets I'm faced 120 plus speed, but the girls maximum they bowl in 110, 120 in the international level. But that time I'm struggled to face the ladies girls.
Did you get injured, playing against boys who bowled quick at you?
No, no, no. Only one time hit one ball in my face. That's it. Yeah.
And you didn't have any fear at all, even after you got hit on the face.
Because no fear, because I when I started with the boy, I started my cricket with the boys, so I played like a boy, so because I don't have fear, because the every day, every minute I playing cricket with the boys, so no fear for me.
Oh, excellent. But tell me, did you start playing with the tennis ball first, or did you play with the cricket ball first? How did it happen?
Uh, first time, uncle give me a tennis ball and the tennis ball bat. I started tennis ball. After like 2 years, my uncle gave me a leather ball and the leather bat. So then I started knocking, playing shots like in the hard ball. Yeah, yeah.
But do you think playing with the tennis ball when you first started helped you
Mhm.
not to have fear at all?
Yeah, exactly. Because when I was playing this tennis ball, I play my free shots. And I built my natural style in the tennis ball. Then I started. Then I moved to hard ball. It's easy for me because I learn a lot of shots in the tennis ball as well.
When did you have to move to Colombo to play a lot more cricket? At what
Uh,
age?
17 years old. That time I'm coming to Colombo and playing club cricket in Colombo 2008. Yeah, 2008.
When did you first see Sanat Jayasurya bat?
Um, in the TV or in the nets?
Wherever. When did you first see
In
him?
the 1996 World Cup, I seen him. Uh, I watched whole game. That time I'm 6 years old, but I watched all the whole game. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, you couldn't have watched him as a batsman before because he started off as a spinner and then he became a batter. But since then, you became his fan, you started batting like him.
Yeah, I started batting like him. Sometimes I can bowl left hand also, but naturally I'm doing eating, riding everything in right hand. So I bowl off spin and left hand batting. But I love his batting style. Sanath is like a role model for me. He inspired me every time.
Did people encourage you to play like him, or did people say, no, try and play the conventional way?
No, actually, people encourage me to play like him. Where I started, I started my professional career. The starting like my batting stance, my bat lift, everything like Sanat. But my one of my coach said you have to change little bit because he's natural, and I adjust few things in my batting stance and bat lift.
Is it, do you think, after all these years of international cricket, is it advantageous to have a coach when you start playing or after some time?
No, I think start if we can meet if some coach can advise me in the little age, it's really good for me because it's really good because we have to learn from we have to learn technical part properly when I was in the little age. So technical part is really important, I think. So I think we need the coaches in the little age. Yeah.
Now, is there any societal pressure? Like in India, a lot of people think that girls have to settle down in life, cricket is not worth pursuing. Does that happen in Sri Lanka also?
Same, same happened in Sri Lanka, but now I feel the like it's Asian culture. It's the Asian culture. So, but now I feel the people's mindset is a little bit changed. The parents' mindset a little bit changed. So that I think this is really good for the future generation and the future women's cricketers. So because I feel my my cricket career and some of like Shashikala, few girls, few of them changed these uh, attitude because of we are playing a lot of international cricket. So now Sri Lanka people's mindset little bit changed. Yeah.
How tough was it handling the pressure on the field, handling this kind of pressure off the field? How difficult was it?
Actually, the I don't want to get any pressure from the people in the outside people. I don't care about that. I just do my job. I focus on my things. But in the game, yeah, every game is very tough, and the pressure always with the team and the players. So I'm thinking about the game pressure. Not I don't want to think more about the outsiders thing, outside pressure.
Tell me, when you started playing cricket just for fun, your uncle encouraged you to play. Did you ever think you wanted to play for Sri Lanka and become one of the best cricketers in the world?
No, actually, in 1997, the first time Sri Lanka women's team flying for World Cup to India, I think so. So that time, my uncle come to me and give a paper article. That paper article said, women's World Cup in 99 women's World Cup in India 1997, that the team will departure tomorrow or something like that. So my uncle said, if you play good cricket, you can play for Sri Lanka. So that day I think, okay, if I play good cricket, then I will become a cricketer. So that I have a dream. I follow that dream, but I sacrifice a lot of things. But I'm happy because I'm playing for Sri Lanka. I'm a captain, and I play good cricket for international level as well.
Now, before you got to play for Sri Lanka, was your passage smooth in the junior level or was it up and down?
Sorry.
Before you played for Sri Lanka, on the way
Yeah.
up, playing first
Oh,
class cricket or local cricket, was it smooth or was it up and down?
it's up and down. Sometimes, because that time we have less games, and some games are not proper level. But but I manage everything. Sometimes I played good cricket. Sometimes I failed. And sometimes the less games, so we don't have much. We can't get some. We can't get some big exposure. But it's tough days. But I manage everything. Not only me, my other teammates also. Yeah.
When did you think you are good enough to play for Sri Lanka? When did the selectors think you are good enough to play for Sri Lanka?
Tough question. 2008. 2008. I selected for the first time. I've selected for the Sri Lanka team, but unfortunately, my father was died, so I missed Asia Cup. After 1 year, I played for Sri Lanka, but I feel 2008 is the right time to play for Sri Lanka for me, Sri Lanka. But unfortunately, I'm playing 2009 only one game. The whole year we are playing only one series, T20 World Cup. So I played only one game. Then 2010 I played my debut ODI game. 2009 I'm playing T20 debut, and 2010 I'm playing for ODI debut. But I feel 2008 is my year to play. Unfortunately, I missed
Okay.
1 or 2 years. Yeah.
Okay, I thought, okay, obviously 2 years late you played for Sri
Yeah.
Lanka, according to
Yeah.
you. Now,
Yeah.
just give us an idea. Sri Lanka was supposed to be a small nation in cricket.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially you started late. Not when I say you, not you. Sri Lanka
Yeah.
started women's cricket a
Yeah.
little later than the others. Now,
Yeah. Exactly.
uh, you must have felt overawed when you played stronger teams like England, Australia at the start of your career.
Yeah, exactly. Because we started cricket a little bit late, so we didn't play much games. So we didn't have much exposure. So we don't have a lot of not big experience. So we struggle. We struggle a lot when I was starting cricket. But I feel now little bit good because we play some more cricket. We restructure our domestic cricket as well. Especially, I can mention Sri Lanka cricket starting good structure. For the women's cricket, we start in school cricket, club cricket, under 23 scored, under 19 scored, A team, development, emerging, lot of scores. Now a little bit good. But when I was starting my career, it's too hard to face for playing against Aussie, England, India, New Zealand. Because they play a lot of cricket and more games. They started cricket long year back. So yeah, I struggle, but now I feel our structure is good, but we need some more games. We need some exposure. When the girls get uh, play, when if the girl play a lot of cricket, they will improve, and we can be a good team in future. Yeah.
Of course, there's no doubt about that. The more you play, the better you get. But all these difficulties of having started late, playing tough sides, didn't matter to one Chamari Athapaththu. She went and smashed everybody. She'll get centuries. How did that happen? Give us the
Uh,
secret.
no secret. Actually, I always trust myself, and I play my natural game. I always play in my game freely. I don't want to take more pressure. I know it's tough because sometimes my girls doesn't have much experience. Sometimes only me score half of runs. But I don't want to take much pressure on my shoulders. I played my game freely, and I enjoy my game. And when I was started my cricket, I have my philosophy is like, if someone say it can't be done, be the first to do it. That's why my philosophy. So I always try to do my best for my country. When I was playing franchise cricket or international cricket or playing for country, I do my best for my team. That's it.
Your philosophy is, can you repeat that again?
If someone say it can't be done, be the first to do it.
Yeah, I've seen that on your WhatsApp status. And you have followed it to the T as well. Now, the interesting part about your cricket is that you backed yourself and you
Yeah.
played in a certain way. Do you encourage your teammates to play like that now, or you allow them to play their own way?
No, I always encourage them to play like me, but because they are different players, their mindset is different. But always I push them to play like me, but their skill is different, their mindset is different, their strategy planning, their bodies are different. So we are different players, different. We are coming from different backgrounds. We are playing different strategies. So, but I teach them. I share my knowledge, experience with them. So some girls think they can change their game like me. Some players think no, we can't be like that. But the end of the day, I want to share my experience with my youngsters and my teammates, because I want to be a good captain, be a good role model. I always trying to lead in from the front. That's why I want to do for my country.
Yes, is it correct if I say they're more scared of getting dropped if they try to play shots and get out?
True, exactly. Especially I can see see these things in Asia, because some of players have some fear about the selection, about their future, so they take that much these pressures on their shoulders, in their head. So then they go to the ground and play in the shots. They can't play because they think too much. If you think too much, you can't play play you can't play good cricket. You can't be a good cricketer. So one ball, one time. That's it. Simple.
Chamri, you were telling us about the various kinds of pressures that you have to overcome individually and also for the others. When you talk about the selection procedures in Sri Lanka, what matches do they consider to select players from?
Uh, and now we have different domestic tournaments. We are playing school cricket, and the selectors watch all school games, like top 10 teams, that because we are playing like a league school tournament. So if top 10, if you some school playing top 10, the selectors going and watching their games. And we have under 19 school tournament, and we have under 23 tournament, and like we are playing provincial under 23, T20 and 50 over, and we are playing super provincial tournaments, like a so the national players also playing that super provincial tournament. So we are playing T20 and ODI both format, and we are playing club cricket. So 10 top cricket club playing the club tournament. So lot of national players or whole national players playing club tournament as well. So we are playing T20 and 50 over. So we are playing only T20 and 50 over games. These all tournaments, but I think we need to play 3-day games, 2-day games, because we need to improve our batting lot. So I feel that we need to play more like longer games, like 2-day, 3-day games. Yeah.
And you want Chamari Athapaththu to create records by getting triple centuries, double centuries regularly. Playing two-day
I,
cricket.
yeah, I love to play 2-day cricket because I want to play. I need some patience to play a longer format. So I love to play red ball cricket. Yeah.
You are not going to play with patience. You are going to play like Sanat Joysura even in red ball cricket.
Yeah, like
I
yeah, I
know
know
for
it.
sure. Okay, now male cricket in Sri Lanka is basically more of Colombo centric. Is
Yeah,
it the same in women's cricket also?
yeah, yeah. We are based on Colombo. So the men's high performance center is in R. Premadas Stadium, and the women's setup, like women's all setup, we are playing training and everything we are doing in Pisaraval. It's the first venue in first test venue in Sri Lanka. Yeah.
When you say training, you're talking about net sessions or you're talking about physical conditioning?
uh, we are playing. I talk about the physical and the skill. So we are playing Monday. We are training Monday to Friday in the Pisa hour. So off season we are doing more SNC, strength and condition, and net sessions. And in competition, normally we are doing more training, skill sessions, and less SNC. Yeah.
Now, from the time you started playing international cricket to now, what kind of improvement have you seen in the fitness of the girls who play cricket in Sri Lanka?
I feel now women's cricket like they increase their fitness levels very high, especially Asian countries. So I can mention India develop increase their fitness level very high, and Sri Lanka started uh, the same thing. And I feel Bangladesh and the Pakistan also doing some more fitness. Uh, it's compared to England, Australia, South Africa. They they done they increased a lot, but I feel now India and Sri Lanka do the same thing. So fitness is very important for the cricket because when I was started my cricket, that time some players and the coaches, they don't think a lot about the fitness. But now generation change, game change, the formats also change. Now we're playing T20, T10, ODI. So white ball cricket we are playing a lot of white ball cricket. So yeah, so fitness is number one. I feel now fitness is number one. Yeah, I know the skill. We need to improve skill, but fitness is number one. Yeah.
You got a lot of records against your name. Centuries in ODI, centuries in T20s, World Cups, anything and everything. Amongst all those sensational innings, which one you think is your favorite?
My favorite inning is I have two innings. One is one I scored 178 against Australia against world champion in World Cup. So I love that inning because that inning changed my cricket career. Not only my cricket career, the whole Sri Lankan women's cricketers cricket. So I love that inning, and I scored my first T20 century against Australia in Australia, North Sydney Oval, 113 runs. So yeah, that both innings I love. Yeah.
If you migrate to Australia, they might make you the board president there. You always performed your best against them.
Yeah. I love to play cricket against the best teams, Australia, India, England, New Zealand. I always perform against the best teams because I love that pressure. Yeah.
You got inspired by Sanat Jayasuriya. Sanat Jayasuriya remained an all-rounder. Why have you not really bowled more in international cricket?
Because I started cricket, I like fast. I bowling like a fast bowler. I'm a fast bowler. Then I started spin because because I learn I concentrate a lot about batting, and especially Asia have a lot of spinners. So my team have more spinners. So I don't have chance to bowl because
Okay.
especially we have a lot of off spinners. So that's why I'm not bowling.
That's why at the start I said you're a very nice person. As a captain, you're not abusing your position.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Now, you might have been disappointed on many occasions. Sri
Yeah.
Lanka in a good position against the best of sides, losing matches. You get angry or you get frustrated, or how does it sort of make you feel?
Sometimes I feel upset, frustrated. The first time we missed 50 World Cup because of COVID, and we are playing less games, and and World Cup qualifier also postponed. So that's why we missed World Cup. So that time I'm really upset. So sometimes I'm not talking to anyone because we lost World Cup. So, but I one day I think sometimes we can't change these things, but I talk to myself first. I said, yeah, we can't change these things, but we have to fight. We have to fight, and we have to play good cricket, and we have to uh, uh, see what we can do. So I talk to my team and myself, and we stand up like a champion team. So we playing good cricket last 1.5 year. We are playing good cricket. Yeah.
Yeah, the talent has always been there. Now, I remember distinctly in the T20 World Cup in Australia in the 2020, I felt Sri Lanka should have qualified because they had almost every game in their hands and then some costly lapses on the field, wasn't it?
Exactly, 100%, because we lost against Australia game because we dropped two catches, and we
54
lost.
for 3, 54 for
Yeah,
3, if I remember right, and you lost. And
yeah,
because you dropped those two catches at 54 for 3.
yeah. Rachel Haynes catch. Rachel Haynes give two chances, but we dropped two chances. She scored 65 or 70. Then they won.
I remember our girls were supposed to play Bangladesh that afternoon. We came to the ground, we were watching. I said when the score was around 50, now if Sri Lanka get 1 or 2 wickets, they'll win. You created the
Yeah,
opportunities, but catches were missed, unfortunately.
yeah, exactly. And the same thing against New Zealand. And the same thing
Yeah,
against New Zealand. We dropped Sophie Divine. Soft give two chances. We dropped two chances. Then she scored 70 and we lost. Yeah. And
rather
this year,
unfortunate.
yeah. And this
Yeah.
year, we have a pretty good chance to become
But,
be semi-finals. And the last T20 World
yeah,
Cup,
yeah, it could be yours because you play a good brand of cricket. When
yeah,
matches such as that, like we talked about again, New Zealand,
yeah,
Australia being ahead, and if you lose with the
yeah.
talent, as a skipper, how do you handle it after the game?
Sometimes after if sometimes after these things, some the players uh, their mindset's going down, and sometimes the people comment a lot of bad comments in social media, in the media and everything. It's a little bit tough as a captain, but I always say to my team, we can play cricket. We can't control these things. If we think about these things, we can't play cricket. So people can say anything, media can say anything, but we have to focus on our game. We can't control other things. So we can, in the game, we can change the umpire's decision. And the same like people's comment. So I always say to my team, you control what you can control. Otherwise, you don't suffer a lot about others' comments and they are what they're saying. Yeah.
Now, let's talk about your experiences in other leagues. You played in the WBBL, you played in the Kia as well as the hundreds, if I am right. How was it
Yeah.
playing in the Australian League first? We'll get to the English League later.
Yeah. WBBL is a different level cricket because I feel they have a lot of international, like they have good international players, we all know, but their second layer, third layer are also really good. Their domestic structure is really good. Their domestic players also really good. They can build 3 4 teams, but easily they can build 2 3 national teams. But that structure is good. So I learned a lot of things in WBBA. Different condition, different strategy planning, different coaches. Their mindset is different. So they always playing for win, and their approach also different. So I learned a lot of things from WBBA. Yeah.
Anything and everything can be different. Chamari will see the ball and hit it. That's all.
Yeah. See volleyball.
And you must be enjoying playing in Australia because the ball comes on nicely to the bat, suits your batting.
Yeah, exactly. The tracks are really good for the batting, good pace, good bounce. So I love these conditions.
Did you struggle a little bit in England compared to Australia, or how did it go?
No, I scored some more runs in England as well because England condition is a little bit both the last moment the ball is in the last moment the ball is moving. So different, but I adjust this condition because I scored 178 against Australia in Bristol in England, and I scored some more runs in England. Different condition. Australia is good bounce, like tennis ball bounce, and England last moment the ball is seen moving. Yeah.
Now let's have an honest answer, like always from you. Were you
Okay.
disappointed that you were not picked in the WPL?
Yeah, I have some like small disappointment because I played twice women's T20 challenge, and one time I'm the top scorer. But I know this is the first time BCCI started IPL, but because I perform well, but I feel they will invite me maybe next year. I'm waiting for playing IPL. You know that because I love to play in Indian condition because I have a lot of good memories with Indian players because I played women's T20 challenge, and actually I'm one person waiting for women's IPL, women's Premier League. But unfortunately, I missed first edition. Hopefully, finger crossed, next edition.
I assure you, you have a lot of fans in India. They would love to see you come and play for one of the teams in the WPL. Now, do you see something like that happening in Sri Lanka in the future, or you, as somebody who's the skipper of the national side, wants Sri Lanka cricket to start something like that?
Yeah, I have to say good news for you and the whole the cricket world. We are trying to organize T10 league in December. T10 different format. We're trying to organize T10 in December, like, parallel to the men's T10 league. Yeah, maybe 14s. 14s. Yeah,
It is just the start, isn't it?
yeah, in December. Yeah,
Hopefully, it will go on to become bigger. That's what it is,
yeah,
isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah. They're trying to start it very small because we have like 60 good players. So we think play like a. So we think starting like smaller, then we can increase the teams. Yeah.
And you are always advocating that Sri Lanka should play more international cricket.
Yeah.
Obviously, have you conveyed this to the Sri Lankan cricket authorities?
Yeah, exactly. I always tell them, and now the new management is really good. They always listen to my voice. They always support me to develop women's cricket in Sri Lanka. Actually, I can mention our board president and everyone helped me a lot. So hopefully we can build good team in future because they have good plan for the women's cricket as well, especially board officials. That's really good.
Oh, that is terrific. They are looking to try and make sure that you girls get to play a lot more cricket. And how do you see cricket going globally now? Leagues are starting in almost every country. What is the good of it? What is the bad of it?
I feel now globally women's cricket is going a little bit going high because
Bigger.
the all countries, all top countries playing league cricket. Uh, India started league cricket. Maybe Pakistan is started trying to start in next year league cricket, and Australia, England playing a lot of league cricket. So that's really good for the women's cricketers. I know these things are very important to develop women's cricket in all around the world, and the youngsters can see these games and they inspire from these games, and that's really good. This is the good part of the league cricket, and. The other thing is sometimes the league cricket and the international cricket little bit clash. So some of top players think to leave from international cricket and go and playing for uh, leave national duties and going for playing league cricket. I feel that is not good for the cricket because the youngsters need experienced players to develop their cricket because that every country need experienced players for so we can't I can say this, but sometimes it's personal thing. The players their decision. I can't I can say this, but the thing is they are the final decision taken by the players because they have to think about their family, they have to think about their personal life, they have to growth their life. So that's why the players take decisions. So this is like 50-50. I feel leagues is good for the good for develop women's cricket in all around the world.
Now, Test cricket is slowly starting. We are seeing a Test match being played here and there. Now, would you obviously like to play Test cricket?
Yeah, exactly. I'm waiting to play for Test cricket because Test cricket is very nice. Red ball cricket is very good because it's different format. But if if we play Test cricket, we can get more exposure. We can get become a good cricketers because we need patience to play this this format. If we play in Test cricket, we have need more patience. So that's really good for the batters. So I love to play Test cricket. Unfortunately, I never play in any Test game. Hopefully, we can play one or two Test game in future.
I'm sure it'll happen sometime sooner rather than later. Um,
Yeah.
the thing is that it's also a case of economics here, isn't it? Because it's not
Yeah.
easy to conduct a long tour. That's why some boards are not wanting to play Test cricket
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Now, if you were to really tell me that there's one particular bowler who's troubled me, who will that be?
Yeah, one bowler, Julan Goswami. She's she's amazing. She's very talented girl. Because she have good plan for every batters. When I was present to her, um, I always looking every second what she going to do for me. She's very good bowler. I'm always trouble with her.
And the one particular bowler that you love to see, not just to see, men's cricket, women's cricket, whoever that is.
Uh, Brett Lee. Brett Lee. I like him. Yeah.
Okay. And where do you see Sri Lanka going in women's cricket? How far do you think they can go? They have the talent.
Yeah. But talent is one thing, but we need experience and more games because uh, we can't. If we play in 3 games, we can win one game because of talent. If we want to win series, we need experience. That's simple.
Excellent answer. Now, as a captain, how do you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
Uh, as a captain, I'm as a captain I'm in 7. As a batter, 7.5.
I would probably give you about 8 and a quarter. Anyway, now
Yeah.
you said there are a lot of uh, cricketing decisions, personal decisions need to be taken by cricketers across the world in women's
Yeah.
cricket now. Now let's come to Chamari Athapaththu. In the case of males doing well, they always say there's a woman behind a successful man. Is there somebody special?
Uh, no. You sorry. I ask again.
I said whenever a male does well, people
Uh,
always say there is always a female behind a successful man. Now,
mm.
in the case of the successful Chamari Athapaththu, is there somebody special outside
No,
of
no
the
one.
immediate
No
family?
one. No one. Still no one.
Okay, thanks a lot, Chamari. It was really nice talking to you, and as usual, you're engaging and you're forthcoming. And once again, I'd like to thank you for accepting at such a short notice, and I wish you all the very best in all your future endeavors.
Thank you very much. And nice talking to you. Pleasure.
That was Chamari Athapaththu, as usual, smiling and talking in a forthright manner without hurting anybody and without getting into any controversy. And of course, I'm sure that you would have enjoyed the chat. For those who are joining us for the first time, please log on to the Sportstar handle and see the various episodes that have been put up in the past, because there's a load of good stuff in them. And also press the subscribe button, like button, and also the notification button too. And for those who have been with us right from the start, continue to be with us and keep posting your comments because that's very important to us. So until I catch up with you next time, stay safe and be good.